If you want to turn your life around by taking care of your health, a good place to start is with your diet. You can exercise all you want, but if you don't pay attention to what you eat, you will still suffer certain health issues. A lot of people don't have any awareness when it comes to what they eat. They know that junk food is bad, but they don't really care until related health problems arise. The problem is that the health consequences of eating bad food take time to accumulate. Only after many years will you start to feel the consequences of bad nutrition, and by then, it's too late. Eating bad food over a long period of time can cause many severe diseases and conditions that can be fatal. That being said, overdoing it with healthy foods and even drinking way too much water every day can also be detrimental to your health. Moderation is a key component of a healthy diet. If you still aren't sure where to start, here's a list of foods you should avoid. Donuts and other baked goods. Let's face it, we all love a donut with our coffee at work. And who can say no to cookies and cake on somebody's birthday? Well, who can say no to them on just about any occasion, to be honest? But when we look at the list of ingredients they contain, the jury is in. And the verdict is that these foods don't do your body any good at all. Donuts are delicious. Just the smell of them can get your stomach growling to telling you it's hungry. But they contain a triple threat when it comes to unhealthy ingredients. They include refined flour, which is of little or no nutritional value when compared to whole grain products. Donuts contain a lot of sugar. If you have donuts with delicious sticky toppings, it's even worse. Too much sugar leaves your body struggling to break it down and use it. It often gets stored as fat. Eventually, exposing your body to that much sugar can lead to it no longer being able to process or store it. This will bring about the onset of diabetes. The final, fatal ingredient in donuts is trans fat. This comes from the submersion of donuts in oil during the preparation process. It's estimated that a donut contains 10 to 20 grams of fat. And that's unhealthy fat, not healthy fat. Stop eating canned foods. Similarly to the issue found in microwave popcorn, cans also have a dangerous lining. However, it is not PFOA. Cans are lined in bisphenol A BPA, which can leak into the food it contains. When consumed, it can cause a huge list of health issues. BPA can interfere with a proper regular and gene regulation in the body's system, which leads to early puberty, cancers, and obesity alike. The Human Reproduction Journal published a study in 2013, which confirmed that BPA that is consumed through food can lead to egg mutations, which in result will lead to difficulties in having children. It also increases the risks of breast cancer growth in women. BPA affects hormones so much that, in another study in 2013, published in the American Journal of Epidemiology, linked BPA levels directly with childhood obesity using urine tests. As mentioned above, obesity is one of the leading causes of death in the U.S. And childhood obesity is one of the causes of heart diseases once adulthood arrives. In order to live longer, it is necessary to stop eating canned foods. This can be easily achieved by consuming fresh produce and home-cooked foods. Most canned foods can actually be purchased fresh instead of canned. Ice cream. There are very few guilty pleasures as tasty as a creamy, tantalizing bowl of ice cream. The question is whether it would still be so irresistible if you knew how bad it actually was for your health. The negative effects of ice cream range from weight problems to cognitive ones. To be classified as ice cream, it has to contain more than 10% milk fat. But no ice cream is worth having if it doesn't have its flavor. Thus, ice creams are loaded with sugar. Milk fat is mostly cholesterol and saturated fats. This in itself should deter anyone with a history of heart disease to stay far away from this creamy treat. When a person's cholesterol is too high, it builds up a fatty deposit in the arteries that can interfere and restrict blood flow. This, in turn, increases your chances of having heart failure or a stroke. Because ice cream is so high in sugar and fat, the other obvious disadvantage is that it can make you overweight very fast. The sugar in the ice cream also causes you to crave more ice cream, seeing that it spikes your blood sugar. Not long after consumption, one also begins to feel drowsy and one's body craves another boost to stay awake. Instant noodles. We all like how easy and quick instant noodles are. They are perfect for a dinner after a very hard day at work. Every single university residence is probably filled with empty instant noodle cans by now. It is the food of choice for students and busy people alike. They can be purchased in almost every grocery or deli shop. However, if you wish to live longer, they might not be the best choice after all. But why are they so bad? Instant noodles are covered in preservative, seasonings, artificial colors, and artificial flavors. It contains a lot of useless and harmful chemicals but minimal nutrition. It provides very high levels of empty calories, a lot of sodium and fat. All these harmful mixes end up in your body when consumed. And if consumed frequently, they definitely will not help you to live longer. All of these together combine into a very high risk of heart disease, diabetes, and stroke. So if you wish to live longer, you need to avoid them all. Additionally, high sodium also develops into kidney and heart disease. By knowing this, it is way better to cook noodle the old way. Prepare some veggie broth which you can then freeze and use again later on. Cook your fresh noodles in the broth, add your favorite protein, not processed, and enjoy. Live longer and enjoy healthy noodles all at once. Processed meats are those that go through several processes of conservation before arriving for the public. These meats are preserved by slating, drying, smoking, and adding harmful nitrate as preservatives. Some of this meat you may well know as ham, sausage, bacon, salami, canned or smoked meat, and beef jerky. If you wish to live longer, you may want to rethink your love for processed meats. A research done in the past few years has shown that processed meats and its intake contributes to heart disease that can be fatal, as well as premature death and cancer. Another study, published in 2013 by the Biomed Central, studied the lifestyle information of almost 500,000 men and women from 10 different European countries. This research concluded that people who ingested processed meats on a regular basis were at a 44% higher risk of developing cancer, premature death, or heart disease. If you wish to increase your chances to live longer, you may want to keep this research in mind. Energy drinks. There is almost nothing natural to energy drinks. These lab-engineered pick-me-ups have more than enough synthetic ingredients that your body just doesn't know what to do with. What most of these energy drinks come down to is copious amounts of caffeine and sugar, both of which are not in the least healthy for a person. It is no secret that fizzy drinks are corrosive to teeth, but fizzy energy drinks get the job done even faster. They are up to 11% more corrosive and can quickly turn that cavity into a root canal. Alcoholics and energy drink fans have one thing in common, and that is the state of their livers. It was found that when a person consumes energy drinks on a regular basis, he quickly destroys his liver. Energy drinks are not the friendliest beverages for the health of your heart. When you consume too many energy drinks, you increase your chances of having a heart attack. This is due to the amount of energy that your body has to work with. Your heart was not meant to handle this amount of energy and overworks itself. When you frequently consume energy drinks, you are also more likely to develop headaches. The caffeine in the drinks is very high, and when you say no to deep-fried foods. Frying foods has become one of the most used cooking methods in the last century. Some famous and worldwide eaten deep-fried foods are potato chips, fried chicken, French fries, onion rings, and many others. They taste like heaven, but they are the #1 enemy if you want to live longer. A little goes a long way, but too much oil is bad for your arteries. And deep-fried food contains an extremely lot of oil and fats. Additionally, the process itself is slow, which allows for the food to absorb most of the fat used to deep fry it. Foods that are covered in fat and on a regular basis clogs your arteries and increases your cholesterol. All of this leads to heart diseases. In 2015, a study was published in the Journal of American Heart Association. This research introduced a direct association between the intake of fried food and heart failures. So whoever wishes to live longer should avoid fried foods at all costs. Stop drinking sodas and soft drinks. In the U.S. alone, sodas are already considered the second most drunk beverage of consumers' choice, just after water. But unlike water, sodas contain an average of 44 grams of sugar, 1.55 ounces. One soda will not likely kill you, but drinking soft drinks regularly will spike your blood sugar, thus leading to excess sugar being transformed into fat and a higher obesity rate, as well as contributing to diabetes and an increase in high blood pressure. Reports all around the country. A study published in 2006 by the American Society for Clinical Nutrition concluded that the consumption of soft drinks may cause adverse effects on the mineral density of bones. But that's not the only bad news if you're looking for a way to live longer. Earlier on, in 2001, another study published this time by Lancet, also concluded that ingesting daily sodas and soft drink beverages increase the obesity rate in children. The daily intake of up to 2 cans of soda will elevate the risk for young adults to develop diabetes, as well as the risk of developing gout in both adult men and women. frozen meals. Whether you've had a long day at work or you can't face cooking for one, frozen meals are an attractive prospect. You can buy them in bulk and keep them in the freezer. You don't need to put any effort into preparing them. All you have to do is eat and eat. The fact that the meals are frozen is not what makes them unhealthy. Freezing doesn't make significant changes to the nutritional value of the food before freezing. It doesn't change how much fat, protein, carbohydrates, sugar, or fiber the food contains. The key, therefore, is to what was in the meal before it was frozen. When you're buying frozen meals, read the label with careful attention. Many frozen, ready meals contain high levels of sodium and artificial flavors. They also include a lot of sugar and saturated fats. Those that contain a lot of vegetable oil or full of polyunsaturated fatty acids, which are bad for you. The most notorious culprits are frozen pizzas, fried chicken, snack rolls, and breakfast sandwiches. Any breaded meats such as fish sticks, crumbed chicken, etc. are not suitable for your body. All the artificial flavoring and colorants added to frozen meals can make them look and taste good, but that does not make them healthy at all. Frozen ready meals are often highly processed, which means they have lost a lot of their vitamin and mineral content before freezing. Thank you for watching our fam. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit notification bell and share.